If you've been listening to Oh, It's On with Juan and Sean, you know this podcast is all over the place on topics. However, after episode number 37, we're going to narrow it down and focus on current events. So if you'd like, you can listen to our old podcasts. Maybe we'll set up a Patreon or something where you can request that we talk about certain things aside from current events. Maybe we'll fulfill them. Who knows? But from episode 37 and on, it'll be a current events focused podcast. So enjoy these final episodes before we get focused in on current events. And until then, remember, the microphone might be on. Some things should be said.
Or shouldn't.
Oh, it's on.
With Juan
and Sean. This is episode number 37. And episode number 36 was about South Park. And we barely covered South Park with how much they have over there. 24 seasons now. So welcome to episode number 37 of Oh, It's On.
With Juan
and Sean. And we ended the last episode with Heather Swanson.
Yes.
And one of my favorite episodes, because I absolutely used to love pro wrestling, was WTF. Did you see that one? That was the one where they had a wrestling federation.
Oh, that's right.
And Cartman was the Russian guy.
Then he became like the chick who was like pregnant 6 times.
Yeah.
And it was like a big...
And they start just like hillbillies and hicks just start like getting attracted to it. They're like in somebody's backyard. They're just walking by and they're like, they took his job. They took his girl.
Yeah, because the whole point, it started because they wanted to be wrestlers, so they joined a wrestling team.
Yeah.
And then the coach tells Cartman, get it all forced. He's like, well, what's this? And he tells Kyle somebody to get right behind him. He's like, hey, what is this gay shit?
And then he goes to the bar and he's like, this is wrestling. And he's showing the video of like just 2 amateur wrestlers rolling around. And they, sir, get your gay board and get out of here. Oh man, the funniest thing about that is how the WWE, because that episode's pretty old, but like the WWE now, like that's how it is. Like they get scripts and they have to memorize scripts. Because before it was just, hey, you wrestler number 1, you're mad at wrestler number 2, go. Like they would just go off the top of their head of why they hate them, you know. But now they actually get scripts. And that WTF episode when Vince McMahon shows up and they're all like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, that's like what it is now. It's like back then I was like, that's not funny. That's making fun of wrestling. And then now I'm looking at like, but that's what it is now.
Damn, so you took it to heart watching that episode.
I laughed. Oh, it was funny. Like they took his girl. Dude, if I ever go to a wrestling event again, I'm just gonna act like those hicks. Like when it's like, I'm gonna take your championship from you, and I'll be like, you're gonna take his job. Like just be loud, because I know it's fake now. Because they're like,
damn.
It's fake.
Do you remember Starvin' Marvin?
Yeah. And he went in outer space.
What is a little Ethiopian? He's like,
yeah.
Starvin' Marvin. What does he say? And what was her that fat chick?
Rosie O'Donnell.
No, because she was the one that was supposed to be because all the money was supposed to be going to them, but she just kept eating and kind of turned to Jabba the Hutt.
Oh.
Sally Sluther or something. Sally Struthers or something like that.
Oh, gosh. Why can't I remember? Because all I'm thinking about is the Trapper Keeper episode. Where Cartman, like, assimilates into a Trapper Keeper. And then, like, Rosie O'Donnell's on that show. But he's, like, it's basically Terminator. Like, he's Skynet. Like, he gets all huge. But I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of...
Yeah, because that's when he goes on space, and she's like a Jabba the Hutt looking thing.
Yeah.
I think it is Sally Struthers.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. That was a good episode. You know, I feel like nobody should laugh at this, but one of my favorite episodes is when Cartman joined NAMBLA. Or MANBLA, or the Man Boy Love National Association of Man Boy Love.
Why can't I not remember that episode?
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, like Cartman goes online. He's like, I'm mature. I'm more mature than Kyle and Stan and all them. So he goes online. He's like, he goes into a chat room and just types in young 8-year-old boy looking for mature men, and then boop, 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 he gets like 100 messages, and then like he goes and meets them, and like the first guy he meets is they meet like at a Denny's, and the guy's like, "Here you go, do you want some candy?" And Cartman's like, "Oh yes, this is awesome." And then he goes, "Here's the book for you," and he gives him the Kama Sutra book. You haven't seen this one?
Oh my god! I'm gonna have to watch it now.
Oh, dude, it's so funny because then like ultimately like the NAMBLA, the National Association of Man Boy Love or something, they like make Cartman their poster boy, and they're like taking topless pictures of him. And then they're like, "Come to our convention," and then they're like, "Bring all your little friends."
Yeah.
It's like the whole episode. I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't be laughing.
Because everything that I can remember something like that was the one with Michael Jackson's ghost takes over. Was it Kyle's little brother? Is it Kyle or Stan's little brother?
Kyle, Ike.
Yeah, Ike. And he's like, because he goes, "Look at me, I'm a little princess. I'm a little princess," and he's got to win in order to leave his body, he's got to win like a little girl, like a little. What do you call those? Like the little beauty pageant, shit like that.
Dang, I don't remember this episode. I kind of remember Michael Jackson's
ghost. It's funny because every time they kept introducing like new little girls, dude, the fucking judges look like they're trying to hold a nut in so bad, dude. Because little girls come about and they're like, oh. Until finally, like towards the end, fucking cops come in, and bust them.
Is that like
kind of like in like It's Always Sunny when they have
Frank's Little Beauties?
Yeah.
And Frank's think the cops busted. He's like, oh, okay. And he just laid down. Oh, man. Another one of my favorite episodes. Did you see the episode where I think they dared Cartman or somebody got dared to, they said that if you put food up your butt, you can poop out of your mouth.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then like throughout the episode, like they're having a book meeting, like the parents are, and then like Randy just goes, "Hold on one second," and he pulls out a bucket and he goes, bleh. He poops out of his mouth. Oh, that was a good episode.
Dude, another great one is Mr. Jefferson, where Mr. Michael Jefferson moves into town. It's Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That's ignorant. That's ignorant.
Blanket. That's ignorant. Yeah.
And then Cartman just wants to be so bad. His friend that when they fall asleep in the bed, he's like, "Oh, Mr. Jefferson, Cartman. Oh, Mr. Jefferson." And they start kissing. And Kyle wakes up screaming, "Ah!"
That's what I think all SJWs sound like. That's ignorant.
Yeah.
That's ignorant. Oh, do you like Butters?
Oh my God, that became one of my favorite characters.
Butters, he's like, it's like his innocence is cute, but he's so funny, like because he's so innocent. like when he was putting the condom on in that one episode, and he's always like trying to be helpful, but Cartman's always taking advantage of him. But did you see his very own episode, the first one?
It's Butters.
Yeah,
that's me.
Yeah. Did you notice there was a reference to an old movie classic in that one?
No.
Did you ever see the movie Freaks? It was like 1940s.
Okay, that's the one where it's like that muscle man kills like the fucking, like I guess the circus owner or something like that to marry the fucking girl so they can run up, and then the freaks like they kill the muscle guy and just mutilate the chick to make her into a freak.
I don't remember that. All I remember is the scene from Freaks when they're sitting around the table and all of the parents that had their kids taken, that got away with murder, I think it was. That's what it was, because Bubbles like disappeared, so his parents were being accused of killing Bubbles, but like OJ and John Benet Ramsey's parents are there, and then they're like, "Now you're one of us. One of us, one of us," and they start doing the gooble gobble goop. They start singing the song that's in the movie. That was a good clip.
Damn, I also like the one where the bullying, where Butters' grandma bullies him, taking his lunch money, and so then they have to like start with the what is it, like no bullying bear or something like that, or the bully clown. And
I remember his grandma bullying him, but I don't remember the episode.
Oh, because it's like they come like people every like for some reason like every day in school it's like some new program director shows up and they bully the old guy, the old program director, saying we're gonna take over now. And he's to the point where they bully I think it's Stan. Because they're trying to make like a music video and Butter's like little naked dancing in the cage.
Poor Butters. Poor Butters. Yeah, one character I didn't like at first, like in the first 5 minutes, I was like, this thing's annoying, was Towley.
Oh, the little Towley.
Because he was like, you want to get high? And then like, I don't know what happened. He just, the more they had him on there, the more I liked him. And in that first episode, though, when he was like trying to remember the password to the gate and he starts playing do 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 do. He's playing Funky Town. Because that was the episode where they got their new game system.
Yeah.
And then there's like the government group and then the anti-government group, and they're having this big old fight, and the boys just want to play their I forget their game system. And Towley's like right in the middle of all of it, and
isn't that where they had like a super towel in there too?
Yeah. At the end, he's like the one that was done right.
Yeah. But then, following up, I think the next one was when they go like to a little special ed camp. Yeah. And that's when you finally get that's like Nimsy.
Nimsy, yeah.
Nimsy, there you go. Yeah, because that's when Tally, he's like really like down on his luck. He's broken up.
Is that the one where he was writing the book? A Million Little Fibers?
I think it's like towards the end, right?
I think so, yeah.
Because it's like because that's when they have like a, what do you call that? Like a, when they get together to try and talk some sense into people.
Intervention. Yes, that's what it was. Yep.
And then he goes, do it, if not for you, Tally, do it for your little Tally. To bring like a little washcloth. He's like, how dare you bring him into this?
You know what one episode was really weird? Was Raisins. It was Hooters.
Yeah, it was like Hooters with like little girls.
Yeah. I was like,
and they were just like, I think they were the first ones to come up with twerking.
No.
Because that's all the little girls were doing.
Yeah, I know that.
They were just twerking.
Twerking their butts. But I didn't, are you sure? I don't think they came up with twerking.
Yeah, they did. Because, twerking isn't that long. And that show was way back then, years.
That was an old one.
So all they were doing was just twerking. I was like, what the hell? And the buddy's always going there spending all his cash. I got no more money. And she's like, okay,
He's
bye.
my girlfriend. Another one of my favorites, like I said, Mr. Garrison's one of my favorite characters. But when he got his vagina and he became a woman, just like how he's just trash talking men. And then there's the lesbian bar, and then that Persian guy buys the bar, and they're all like defending the bar like the 300. Yeah. And it turns out the Persian guy is a woman. And then they end up scissoring. It's like, what the?
Oh, God, dude. Yeah. Especially when she discovered Scientology.
Garrison did?
It was like something like that. It's like, because like there was like no God, but like science. She falls in love with that one dude. Because he tries to talk about it. He's like, oh, so them I'm a nape. Oh. This is when Miss Garrison, she poops on her hand and throws it at him.
Dang, I haven't seen this one.
Really? That's when Cartman wants to freeze himself. And then it has Butters trying to wake him up to get this game console. But then he he's frozen for like 2,500 years, something like that. And now he's like fucking like in Buck Rogers in 25th century.
Yeah.
And he's
calling back with that time machine.
Yeah. And that's when he's making it because they're having sex, that doctor and Mr. Garrison. And she had her messed up boob job.
I remember that. Why do
when the phone rings, the doctor answers, it's like, Mr. Garrison there? No, but there's a Mrs. Garrison. It's like, well, whoever he is, Mr. and Mrs. Garrison's like, what? Yeah, the one with the sex change. And that's when it was like, the doctor's like, oh my God. He's like, he peeks all over himself.
Dang, dude. It's so weird because I remember Cartman being in the future. I remember there was like beavers or something that was a race. And there were these races. I remember seeing his ugly boob job, like messed up boob job, but I don't remember anything else. All I could see are those. I think it got imprinted in my brain. Ugh. What? Okay, I don't remember this. I was just kind of looking at episodes, and I was surprised you haven't brought this up yet. But the episode with the Snook.
Oh, Snooky!
Snooky. Yeah. He's like, Wah!
Yeah, because they all start coming down to South Park. And I think it's Stan. Who's the little Jew? Stan? Or Kyle?
That's Kyle.
Kyle, yeah. He's like, oh, it's like he starts transforming and he starts greasing up his hair because his family's from Jersey.
Yeah.
He's trying to make love to every guy. Snooky! Ah! And he grabs Cartman.
And then they're saying Hillary Clinton has a snook in her. Is that the one? Or am I completely mixing episodes?
Damn, I don't know about that one.
There's an episode where like Hillary Clinton, they're like, the snook is in Hillary. And or they were talking about a nuclear device that she had hidden up her vagina.
The one I do remember is the one Oprah's Minge and Spinkster. Yeah, shut up, Minge. Okay, Spinkster. And it takes someone hostage. It's like, oh, yeah. And it has a gun.
And Oprah's just standing there like, what? I don't know why, but that reminded me of the Russell Crowe episode.
Where he's like a sailor?
Yeah, and he's writing songs and drinking beer and fighting around the world.
He got a little his little tutu boat.
Yeah. Yeah. And like there's the scene where he's like in Harlem or something and they're at the basketball court and he's like, look at these basketball players. They're known to be fighters. And he's got his plant and he's like sneaking up on him and then they're like, look at him and he's like, hey. And he just starts like wanting to fight everybody. Oh yeah, that was the episode where there was the debut trailer for the new Terrence and Phillip movie. And it was going to be during Russell Crowe's show and the kids are like running around all over the houses trying to find a TV, but they can't find a TV.
Damn.
Do you remember that part?
No.
Because then the trailer showed up, and it was just like words flying at the screen. And then it showed Terrence like fart on Philip once. And it said, Terrence and Philip, asses of fire.
Damn.
And then the boys went, oh my God, that was awesome. And they lost their minds. You know what episode made me feel bad?
Which one?
I loved the episode all the way up until the very end, and then I felt bad. I felt like an idiot. Was the Guitar Hero episode?
When they're playing air guitar?
The Guitar Hero, yeah. Where Stan and Kyle like become a team, and then they're like a band, and some record company comes and signs them, and then like Kyle quits the band, or no, Stan quits, I think, and then at the end they both get back together and they're both playing it and they're like they do really good. They get like the max score, and then it said like congratulations, you're gay or something like that.
Damn.
And then I was like, dang it, one time I got 100% on an expert song and I felt like the baddest person on the planet. I mean, it wasn't 100% like they got it. Like it was to a normal song. They got the 100% on like one of the hardest. But I was like, oh, now I feel like I'm an idiot. You know what? Oh,
go ahead.
Did you see the Imagination Land episode?
Dude, I was going to bring that up. Oh, my God. That was so great.
That was like, was that the first 3-parter? That was 3 episodes.
I think it was. Either 3 or 2 where they go, Imagination Land.
They're trying to sing this song.
Yeah. And then they get kidnapped. Then they get Russell. Who's it? Russell. Fuck is his name? Kurt Russell? To go in because he did the movie. Was it Stargate?
Yeah.
He goes, hey, I'm just a movie. Oh, we gotta get Kurt Russell in there. Go. Then he's like, I'm getting raped. Oh.
By the woodland critters. Yeah. What was that? That wasn't the episodes where God created the strategy game because they needed a strategist because heaven was having to fight hell. And Kenny became like the best at the game. So God took Kenny to go like command the angels.
Fuck, I don't remember that one.
No, that was a 3-parter, I think.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Because I know Imagination Land was either 3 or 2 parts.
No, Imagination was 3. I remember that. Because I was like, why didn't they just make this a movie?
That was a great show, dude.
Yeah.
It's like they start killing everybody, Care Bears, and everybody starts dying.
You know what other episode I loved was the Mormon episode. Juan's having a drink of his Arizona tea.
Which one was that one?
There's this new family that moves into South Park. They're Mormon, and Stan gets invited over by the son to go eat with their parents, and then like the family's super happy and cool, and they play games together and stuff. And Stan's like, "What the heck is this?" And it's the one where they tell the Mormon story throughout the episode.
Oh, they start singing the song about John something.
Yeah,
who found like some plates in his hat.
yeah. And from what I understand, I don't know a whole lot about how Mormonism was found, but I've had people tell me like that show basically tells you how, like, that's accurate. That's how the religion was founded. Like, it wasn't made up. Except my favorite part though is after every time like something dumb in the history of the telling of the Mormon religion happens, they go dum 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 dum. And then when the one wife was like, well, because the one guy lost the plates, or Joseph Smith wrote down, he had the plates, he told the guy to write the stuff down, and then he took it back to his wife and was like, hey wife, Joseph Smith has these words from God. And then the wife was like, what? Yeah, he puts them in the plates in the hat, and he writes down what God tells him. And the wife was like, no. How about you just throw those away? And if he really did do that, then when you go back to have him write it again, for you to write it again, it'll be the same. And then they go, his wife, smart. I was like, did that really happen, that part? But yeah, no. They said that, like, and then he goes back, and then Joseph Smith's like, well, it can't be exactly the same because God said so. And then the guy was like, oh, okay. And then I go, dum, 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 dum. But that one in the Scientology episode where they think Stan is the new creator of Scientology.
L. Ron
Hubbard. Did you see that one?
Yeah. That's where freaking Tom Cruise hides in the closet.
Yeah. Tom Cruise
and
is
actually, the guy who
closet.
played Chef's Voice, he quit.
Yeah.
Because he was a Scientologist. I was like, you got to be kidding. It's like, wow, he really took that religion so serious.
Yeah.
Then when he cracked the joke, I was like, I'm out.
After all the racism,
yeah,
all the racist jokes, all those jokes, the Scientology one got him.
Dude, that cracked him right there.
Yeah, and then that story that's told in that apparently is 100% true too, about how Xenu is some planet with some god, and then they flew DC-8s, which are those commercial jets that we have. They just happen to have jets that look just like our DC-8s. And then they fly around and they collect the souls of people. And I'm watching this. I'm like, this ain't real. And then I go and like people are like, yep, that's what the Scientologists believe.
Holy
I was like, really?
Yeah.
But it's funny because on that episode, while they're telling that story, it says at the bottom, this is real. We did not make this up. And I was like, that's fake. And then I went and looked it up, and they're like, yep, that's what they're told. That's what they believe.
Another one that I really enjoyed was when Canada built the wall and Mr. Garrison got so mad.
We haven't even really talked about the new stuff that much.
Yeah. But that's one of the new ones. So he's like, I'm going to find out what's behind that wall.
Yeah.
So you got like a little evil Trump Canadian.
Yeah.
Mr. Garrison's so mad at him. He's like, come over here. He's like, hey, what do you do? He starts beating him. He was like, yeah, give me that. Rips his pants off. He does a line of fucking blow. It's like, wait, what do you do? He's like, come here. I'm gonna get it up the ass. He's raping him.
And his security's just standing there like, yeah. And then his running mate was, what's her name? That's strong.
Oh, that freaking Jenner Kelly, whatever.
What is her name now?
Jenner.
Yeah.
Kylie Jenner. There we go. No,
yeah.
Is it Kylie Jenner?
Oh, geez, we're this is what we're gonna get us canceled because Caitlyn.
There we go.
Yeah,
strong, beautiful woman.
Yeah. And he's bacala buckaroo. Oh, did you see the episode where they had the biggest like slut off, and it was like Paris Hilton and Mr. Slave?
Yeah.
And she's like, watch this. And she shoves something up there. And Mr. Slave's like, Jesus Christ. He just like goes and does he take like a stool? He sits on the stool and he puts it all inside him or something.
I thought it was like a person.
Or was it a person?
Yeah, he's like, that's nothing. Watch this. Oh my God, that was great too with Mr. Slave. When Mr. Garrison first turned into a woman, he goes, "Oh, now you can have me." He's like, "I don't want to." He's like, "What's wrong, Mr. Slave? I don't like women." He's like, "Go get out of here, you freaking fag!" I was like, "Damn,
man, Mr. Slave." And then there's whatever happened to Big Gay Al. I'm super. Thanks for asking. He was like in the first couple seasons, and then he was gone.
That's a good. I don't know that. That's a good question. Was he also part of Imagination Land? Did he stay there? Because they had to get into Imagination Land somehow.
Oh, geez, I don't remember.
Or did he die during a South Park movie? Because he was singing that song. He goes, "Children are dying, women are crying."
Yeah. I remember that, but I can't remember. Oh, I don't remember what happened. But I do remember. Do you remember Scott the Dick?
Yeah, the Canadian. Yeah. Scott, keep being a dick. Well, they had to save the princess.
Yeah, and Ike is Canadian, so like there's a call for all Canadians around the world to come back to Canada.
Oh my God.
And they had the box that they were like, when they heard the secret word, they had to open the box. And there was like a sword in there and a helmet.
And not only that, because they get help with the little Eskimo who has like a little kid in its back. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Did you see the episode? I hadn't seen this episode until like 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. I was busy cleaning the house, but there's a part where Randy and Gerald are in a hot tub, and then they're talking about like weird sex stuff they've done, and then they go, "Have you ever watched somebody masturbate?" And then Gerald or Randy's like, "No," and they're like, "Are you interested?" And then it like cuts away, and then throughout the whole episode, Randy's like in love with Gerald, like he's questioning his sexuality. Have you seen this one?
Oh
and
my God.
he's getting all, "Gerald, why can't we talk about this?" Like they were like at a party, and Gerald's like, "Shut up, Randy."
Damn, I can't remember that episode.
Yeah, it was like season 2 or something early, and I was like, "Dang, this show didn't pick up. Like it was crazy from the start." Yeah. Like they should have been canceled season 2, if not season 1.
God, what was another good one, dude? Because there's a lot of good ones.
Oh, dude, like we could go on for a lot longer. Do you remember when? Well, let's do one last one. We'll finish this episode up.
Okay.
When Jimmy and Timmy joined the Crips.
Yeah.
They're like,
what did they bring? Freaking snacks and ginger ale.
Yeah. Because they're crippled, and they thought the Crips were a
crippled
group.
gang.
But they were talking to the Crips.
And
the
then
blood
to join
Crips.
us, you got to take out the Bloods.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Gee, I guess we just take them out too for some, I don't know, what did they say? Hot dogs or pizza or some shit."
Yeah. What was the episode where Jimmy was, or no, I can't remember what episode it was, but Jimmy, every time he got a boner, they would play a little bell. Like, I don't know why that's so funny, but it's so funny.
But I still remember like the new episodes where Jimmy takes like he has a, what do you call it? God, what the hell's it called? A newspaper route. So
Jimmy did?
Jimmy, yeah. And he's riding that what's that fucking blue little train with the little face on it?
Thomas the train engine?
Yeah. Because the funny thing about it, because PC Principal was trying to talk to him. He goes like, "Yeah, I don't think you should be." He was like, "What? Having a newspaper route, in your condition." So Jimmy was like, "Fuck you."
I remember Jimmy he was the editor of the school paper, and PC Principal was trying to censor him.
Yeah, something like that. And he had like a little newspaper route also, because he was distributing newspapers now. And he's like stops by the principal's house, throws a newspaper out, and he flips him off right in that little Thomas the Train or whatever the hell you called it. He's like choo choo.
Dang. Do you remember the one? I know we said we were gonna end this a while ago, but things keep popping up. Do you remember the one episode where so in real life there was something coming out they were calling the It, and it was supposed to revolutionize humanity, and it was the Segway, that two-wheeled thing that you stood on, and like security guards usually use it.
Is that
now.
the one that Mr. Garrison invented?
Yeah.
He's like, it goes up your anus.
Yeah, you sit on this part, and you stroke these two things to turn left and right.
You blow on
this thing. But you go like 300 miles per hour. Matt Stone and Trey Parker, you truly are. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. But to close it, one of my favorite things is how, this show's 24 years old now. They used to only be in standard definition, but I guess because they edit in Avid, they were able to export all the old episodes in high definition.
Oh, wow.
That's why they all look like they were made today. Except the first episode. They never did it. I think with the first episode, they actually had, it was cardboard cutouts.
Yeah.
Stuff. But, after that, after they got picked up, everything was on a computer, and they saved it all, of course. But when the HD came out, they were able to export everything in HD again, or in HD. So, in case you're wondering, that's why all the episodes look new. Because normally when you're watching a show that went from standard definition, like Always Sunny, you can see which ones were before, which ones were after. But with South Park, after the first episode, they all look like they're new. So there's a fun fact. So any one more episodes you'd like to pop out?
Oh, that's enough for today.
Yeah. So go watch. If you're not watching season 24, it's probably pretty good because we're recording this before it comes out. But we hope you, jeez, dang it. I'm just excited for what are they going to do, dude, with the riots and the coronavirus?
Oh my God. They're going to have a blast. I mean, I would just use everything right now.
I'm so afraid. I'm afraid we're sitting here talking about how great it's going to be, but then it's going to suck. That's how they get canceled. They just decide to do bad stuff. And
they do it so bad, it's so great.
Yeah. So this is episode number 37. We'll put up some of the stuff we talked about, and like we did with 36, we'll put up some links to South Park Studios of our favorite clips or episodes. Remember, it's on Hulu now. It used to be on Facebook, not Facebook, Netflix. Sorry, I was burping. Thanks, Pizza Hut. So yeah. BeloFX.com/OIO37, or just go into the description if you're on YouTube and click on it there. Follow us on YouTube. Gosh, I got South Park on my mind right now. I can't even talk straight. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at OIOPod. Email us at ohitsonpod@gmail.com. Any other last words, Juan?
Remember, #cancel South Park.
Let's just start hashtagging it now.
I know, huh?
And not that South Park would care, but the microphone might be on.